Alright, so this is a continuation of my previous video I made. It's a Zen Talk video. Check it out. And in that video, I talked about how I was having this dilemma of future expectations and how I was trying to live in this Newtonian world in regular society while still trying to be present and Zen. And I was saying how frustrating it was oscillating from having an expectation, having goals, and once those goals or future expectations weren't met, it led to disappointment. And so I decided to meditate on it and really think about it. And I came to this conclusion. The reason why it's hard to sustain a present Zen-like state in our current society is because we collectively have built a construct of screens, of advertisements, shopping, money, family, and all of these things require thought, energy. And because, say for example, I'll give you an example. Say I'm married, okay, right? I got to think of, okay, I got to help my wife out with this. For example, today was our 16th year anniversary being married. And so I have to plan, okay, well, what are we going to do for a celebration? Okay. And that requires thought. That requires energy. We also have bills to pay. That requires thought. That requires energy. How am I going to get money to pay for these things? Raising kids comes with energy. You got to, get insurance. You got to talk to teachers. You got to make sure they're on the right track, right? All these things require thought and energy. Thoughts that compound into other thoughts, which take away energy. And you're probably wondering, what is the energy it's taking away from? Well, society has all these things for you to do. The jobs, the bosses you got to worry about, money, investments, politics, plus the smaller things like your culture, your groups that you belong to. They have certain expectations. Your friends have certain expectations. Emotional drama, all these things in society that are fundamental to society. Watching TV, seeing what's new, what's happening with The Rock and how he's getting skinny now, stuff like that. All of these things distract you from putting energy into yourself and focusing on you. Taking a deep breath and being as present as you can for as long as you can. And diving into the inner world within. And the less time you spend being present and focusing on yourself, the less you're able to reel yourself back in to the present moment, because you're so used to, out of habit, compounding thoughts, focusing on all these different mental constructs, such as paying bills, such as money, such as investing, such as drama. All these things are listed. It goes on, right? It's infinite. Playing video games is a distraction. It prevents you from, anything that you try to do that makes it so it's impossible to meditate is a distraction. For example, try it. Don't take my word for it. Watch TV and try to meditate while paying attention to the show. It's impossible. Do that while focusing on someone else's drama. It's impossible. Try to meditate while, the teachers are talking to you about your kids and their performance in school. It's impossible. So all these things require mental energy, which takes away from the energy that could be focused on you. Because you can heal a lot of of your worries, your problems, your anxieties, if you dive within, meditate, figure out who you are. I mean, if you think about the Carl Jung, and what he kept mentioning about was the shadow. And the shadow is just someone, instead of putting their conscious light of attention on all these different external things like drama, like money, like, you know, your family and all that stuff, you put the light of attention on yourself and focus on the inner turmoil within. And that's putting the light of attention on these shadows. And all a shadow really is an aspect of the psyche that you didn't put conscious attention on. And if you start doing that, right, then you start to heal. You start to say, oh, that's why I do this. Oh, that's why I do that. Oh, okay, I feel like this. And then you start having breakthroughs. And then you start feeling lighter. But it requires you to break free from the social construct, all these distractions, and the distractions keep accumulating every generation. There's more and more, so it becomes harder and harder. Especially with hyperrealism, it becomes extremely difficult to break free from the social constructs and to find peace within. You know, think about it. Why do you think you feel so great when you take your shoes off and then just walk on the grass and just look at the trees? You feel great, right? A lot of people say they feel connected to nature. Or when you go on a hike, meditate on the beach, when you come back and then go back into the constructs, you feel lighter, despite the fact that you're now in the constructs. So I understand that you still have to live a life within the construct, but understand the importance of breaking free, even if it's for an hour or 15 minutes, and spending the time to dive deep within through introspection, through meditation, and make it a habit, and understand how essential it is, because all these constructs are designed to diminish your importance. But yeah, that's all I have to say. And of course, once you start doing this stuff, you know, you become ostracized from society more and more, because it's not normal to talk like this, right? You become the crazy person, right? But if that's the price you pay for internal peace, I think it's worth it.